I mentioned a few models and theories that were in the first group, communication models and theories. Let's talk about some of the most simple and primitive of them, just to show you what the history of the field looks like. A lot of them are not used in research anymore. They're pretty much obsolete, but it's just good to know where we started as a field, right? So the first one, the Bulleye Model, created by Claude Shannon, and a later model that was created by Wilbur Schramm, called the SMCR Model. They're pretty similar. They're actually structurally very close to each other. There is a slight difference. So the Bulleye Model pretty much aimed to explain how people communicate to each other. And the Bulleye Model only had 3 elements in it, very simple and straightforward. The model explains that people communicate to each other through the following pattern. We start with the sender, who encodes the message. Then we have the message that contains some information that's being sent, and then the message is being transmitted to the receiver, who decodes the message to understand it. And that's pretty much it. The SMCR model tried to update this understanding, because if you think about it, it's not enough just to have a sender, a receiver, and some kind of message. A message is not going to transmit itself, right? We need something that will transmit that message. So clearly, this model doesn't explain entirely the process of human communication, no matter what it is, what we communicate to each other. So the SMCR model was attempting to update that idea by adding just one element, channel. So now we have the sender, the message that's being transmitted through a channel to the receiver. And when we talk about a channel, it could be anything. You can transmit a message by phone, just by talking to someone. You can transmit a message using text messages. You can transmit a message using a piece of paper as your channel. You can just write it down and hand it to someone that can read it. You can use your vocal cords and air to just say it aloud, and the person you are sending the message will hear you, decode the message by understanding what you said. Again, if they speak the same language as you, right? By comprehending the message, and then they can respond. So as you can see, the first steps in the field trying to understand human communication and how do we communicate overall between each other, very simple steps, but they were pretty significant because they showed that essentially there is a need to understand in the process of human communication. And then later, when technological advancements made people think about all different kinds of communication that we engaged using mass media or regular media or digital media, of course, theories and models became significantly more sophisticated.